I'm awash with the stuff.
The Archers is the world's longest-running radio show, with more than 15,000 episodes broadcast. Despite being a rural flavour show, The Archers is recorded in the heart of the UK's second-largest city, Birmingham.
Previously in The Archers. Freddie covers when Roy asks him about how he worked out that the Dorsetshire bunny was catty. Roy complains how fallen Vince is being with the preparations for a surprise birthday party for Elizabeth at Grey Gables. Then Freddie informs Roy of Rory's party. Neighbor Rory is going to need his earplugs. As Rory unpacks alcohol for his party at Willow Cottage, Ben questions his arrangement with Julian. Rory is defensive and rude in his reply. With the party in full swing, Ben tries to persuade Rory to slow down on the drinking, but he won't listen. When Roy bangs on the front door complaining about the loud music, Ben answers and apologizes. Rory joins them and invites Roy in. But when he learns Roy wants the music turned down, he slams the door closed. Freddie is enthralled by Rory's tales of clubbing in London. Rory reckons Freddie will soon be DJing in top venues with money on its way from Vince. Freddie clarifies the cash isn't definite. When Ben suggests that Rory explains who pays for his nights out in London, they descend into a drunken fight. Freddie tries to break them up and then Alice arrives, having been called by Rory. She puts Rory to bed and asks Ben to end the party. Alice remains calm in the face of Rory's drunken insults. When she returns downstairs, she asks Ben what's going on with Rory. She has noticed he's different. Ben doesn't let on what he knows and puts it all down to too much alcohol. Thank you for listening, and now I will leave you with the episode of The Archers.
This is the BBC.
This podcast is supported by advertising outside the UK.
BBC Sounds. Music, radio, podcasts.
You're listening to Tuesday's episode of The Archers from BBC Radio 4.
That's the third time I've tried to ring him now.
Your coffee's just next to you.
Oh, thanks, Kathy.
Have you tried the health club?
Yep, he's not there either.
You do look tired. Was last night really that bad?
Well, thanks to Alice, the music finally went off around midnight. But by then, my blood pressure was so high, I couldn't get to sleep for another hour. And then, of course, I was on an early.
Oh, I'm sorry, Roy, if I'd known.
Oh, no, don't worry. Could be worse. I could be Rory.
How do you mean?
Well, judging by how drunk he was last night, he must be suffering this morning.
Oh, I see. Well, the good news is that we've not got a lot on today. We just need to get Mr. Shah out of his room. What time is it now?
Just gone 11?
So, he's an hour late checking out. Maybe we ought to call Oliver.
Yeah, sure.
He is his guest, after all.
Kathy, I heard you on the breakfast show.
Oh, morning, Tracy.
You were brilliant.
Thank you. Although, to be honest, I hope that's the last of it now. Like I said in the interview, I only started dressing up as the Easter Bunny to spread a bit of cheer around the village. And then it occurred to me I could do it for a good cause. Those poor refugees from Ukraine.
Yeah.
I didn't expect it to get so much attention.
Oh, but it was such a great thing to do. And I reckon people are just desperate for some fun after these last 2 years and with what's going on in the world.
And that was the idea.
What does Jamie make of his famous mum?
He thinks it's hilarious. He messaged me as soon as I came off air.
Can you get Radio Dorsetshire in Hereford?
You can get anything online now, can't you?
Well, that's true.
Oliver's not answering either.
I didn't think he was working today.
He's not. But Mr. Shah should have checked out by now, and he is Oliver's responsibility.
Ardell?
Yeah.
Well, no one's seen hide nor hair of him this morning.
Does it matter? I mean, it ain't like anyone's staying in the Royal Garden Suite tonight, are they?
Well, no, but...
Who cares if he checks out a bit late?
Hey, the rules are the rules. At the very least, we'll have to add a late checkout surcharge.
Surcharge? But he's a VIP.
Then he can afford it. That's why we always take our guest card details.
Shall I try his room again?
Yeah, might as well.
I didn't take his.
What?
Ardill's card details. Oliver said I didn't need to.
You mean he's been staying here all this time, eating in the restaurant?
Ordering room service?
And having treatments in the spa?
So? It ain't like he's going to do a runner now, is it?
Tracy, we're not even sure he's in the hotel.
Right.
What are you doing, Kathy?
Only thing we can do. I'm going to his room. Mr. Shah, are you in there? I'll ask you one more time to open this door, and then I'm going to have to let myself in. Can you hear me? Oh, can't say I didn't warn you.
Hello.
Oh, Mr. Shah.
Is there a problem?
Yes. Your checkout was over an hour ago. We've called up several times.
Apologies. I was in the middle of an important meeting. I think it's finished now.
Well, then in that case, could I ask you to vacate your room as soon as possible? I'll have your bill ready for you at the front desk.
That won't be necessary.
What's not necessary?
The bill. I don't need one.
Oh, sorry, am I missing something? Are you saying you're not going to pay your bill?
No, I'm saying you don't need to bill me.
Well, of course I need to. What are you talking about?
Kathy, it's all right.
Oliver.
It's my fault. Please, don't blame Ardil. We had a few last-minute things to tie up.
Oh, I see.
In fact, could you ask the staff to gather in the ballroom?
The staff?
That's right.
What, you mean all of them?
All those who can be spared. Everything will be explained very soon.
You know what I reckon, Roy? It's another one of them fly-on-the-wall documentaries, like they did before.
Really hope not.
Or a cooking programme. I mean, Ardil has been poking his nose around the restaurant. What if he's got his eye on Ian? He might be about to turn him into the next naked chef.
There's a thought.
You can joke, but why else has he spent so much time here?
I don't know.
Exactly. Can you think of a better explanation?
I really don't think Oliver would allow cameras into Grey Gables. Let's just wait and see.
Right. That's everyone rounded up, I think.
What about Kirsty?
Oh, she's had to stay in the health club. There are guests in there, after all.
Kathy, what do you reckon? Roy thinks I'm spouting rubbish.
I never said that.
Oh, no? 50p says Ardil works in TV.
TV?
That's what Oliver's going to announce. They're going to film something here.
Well, whatever it is, wish he'd hurry up. I've got a load of emails from Vince Casey to deal with about the surprise party he's throwing for Elizabeth.
Not more of them.
Yeah, so much for an easy day. Oh, finally.
Sorry, everyone. If I could have your attention, please. Thank you. Apologies for dragging you away from your posts at such short notice. I have some important news. As many of you will know, it was my late wife Caroline's dream to own Grey Gables. When we finally managed to buy it in 2006, well, she couldn't have been happier. We threw a party here in this very room. Since her passing, I've tried to keep things going in her memory. Sadly, the explosion and then COVID have taken their toll, both on me and on the business. So, to get to the point, I've sold a 60% share of Grey Gables.
What?
And in a short while, when due processes have taken place, I will be stepping down from the day-to-day running of the hotel.
You're joking.
Taking my place will be the new owner's representative, Mr. Ardil Shah.
Oh, now it makes sense.
Ardil, really?
Ardil and our new co-owner have a very exciting vision for the hotel, including an extensive refurbishment. As a result, Grey Gables will be closing its doors for at least the next 12 months.
Oh, my God.
Can I ask from when?
We will stop taking bookings as of this Saturday.
Saturday?
And the business will be wound up entirely in the next fortnight.
What does that mean for us?
I'm so sorry. But all of you will be made redundant.
You know, I'd have happily shared the burden. You didn't have to make the announcement on your own.
I had to, Ardell. They're my staff. It's my decision. It was just a hard blow to deliver.
Better that than you struggling on with a demoralised staff for weeks. Most of the core staff will get a very healthy payout.
Yes, I know.
And it's hardly as if there won't be any jobs. Once the renovations start, there'll be builders and carpenters and electricians.
True.
And when the hotel does reopen, there'll be plenty of opportunities. You've seen the plans. There'll be nowhere else like it in the county.
Of course you're right.
I know I am.
It still doesn't change the fact that these are my friends.
No. And maybe that's been part of the problem.
Hmm?
Look, if I were you, just sit back and relax. Don't forget you've just made an awful lot of money. Let me worry about the hotel. Oliver?
Excuse me. I can't cower in your room. It's not right.
Where are you going?
To check on everyone. They're still my staff.
How did Kirsty take it?
Same as the rest of us, I suppose. Can't quite take it in. I tried to tell her not to worry, but bit hard when you're reeling yourself.
No, of course.
How could Oliver do this? And without any warning? If he'd told us it was on the cards, we could have at least started to make plans.
I found poor Kayla sobbing in the laundry room.
Really?
You know her sister's not well.
No, yeah, I know. She's just had to take in her niece.
And she's got 3 of her own. I hardly knew what to say.
What can you say?
Well, I've given her and the rest of housekeeping off until 2. Let them get their heads together.
Fair enough.
Right, next thing. I better check on the kitchen.
Oh, I wouldn't. Not unless you want a mouthful from Ian.
Has he started serving lunch?
Yeah, of course he has. He's a professional.
Oh, good man.
I'm saying, it's ridiculous. You must feel the same.
I'm just trying to keep a grip, to be honest. There's still a hotel to run.
Well, maybe Oliver should have thought of that before he took all our livelihoods away.
Oh.
18, Kathy. That's how old I was when I first started to work here.
I remember.
And all those years, most of my adult life. What's the point? I wish he'd just sold the place when Caroline died.
I know, Roy.
I mean, you could have retired if you wanted to, but you didn't. And why? Because of Oliver. We didn't want to let him down.
I should answer that. I'll take it in the office.
Sure. Yeah. If it's Vince, tell him I'll ring him back this afternoon.
Yes,
to be in their own place when their baby came in. Due in 2 months.
Sorry, Roy, I'm back. I didn't mean to be so long.
Oh, that's okay.
Thanks for covering the desk for me.
Sure. I mean, don't you need another minute?
No, I'll be fine. Looks like I owe you 50p.
What for?
The bet, of course. I don't reckon I could have been more wrong about Ardell if I'd tried.
Oh, hey.
I mean, seriously, Roy, what sort of person goes around saying what a great job you're doing when he knows he's going to fire you all along?
Yeah, you're right.
No wonder he ain't showing his face.
But you've not been fired. You're going to get a payout.
Yeah, and how much will that be? I'm not like you. I haven't been working here all that long.
No, I know.
I'm barely making ends meet as it is. Jazzer keeps saying he'll help.
Well, there you go then.
But he hasn't got any money neither, Roy. And it isn't like I've got any savings. This job is everything to me. What am I going to do?
How are we getting on? Holding the fort?
Oh, Oliver.
Tracy.
Perhaps you should give us a minute?
Yes, of course. Do you need a handkerchief? I think I've got one.
No, really.
Here you are.
I think I'll just go and
Go
sort
on,
myself out.
take it.
No! Thank you.
I did say to leave her.
Yes. I don't want to see her upset, though. I know how hard this is. I'm upset, too.
Really?
Of course I am. This is one of the most painful things I've ever had to do.
Poor you.
Roy.
If you were really upset, you wouldn't have treated us this way. Barely 3 weeks' notice, Oliver. Some of us have worked here, 20, 30 years?
And that will be reflected in your final settlement.
Oh.
I had to do something, Roy. It was the only way of saving Grey Gables.
Saving it?
I had to protect Caroline's legacy for the future.
You just don't get it. Caroline didn't just care about the building. She cared about the people. You're not protecting Grey Gables, Oliver. You're destroying it.